All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. As you guys are coming in, please let me know where you're connecting from. If you're joining us on Facebook, thank you very much for joining us on YouTube and on Instagram. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you guys. Let me quickly just check my audio real quick, and I'll be right back with you guys. Just stay tuned and don't go nowhere. Audio real quick. All right, the audio is beautiful. It's fantastic. All right, thank you very much for coming in. Thank you. As you're coming in, please let me know where you're connecting from, because what we're about to do today, we want to quickly just talk a little bit about money and talk about the family. And you guys know that without money, the family is nothing. All right. So you guys need to actually invite your friends, invite your family friends, invite everybody. Let them join this broadcast real quick. My name is Shola Jordan Adio, and I welcome you guys again. God bless you. Elizabeth, Shion, how are you? How are you doing today? God bless you. Thank you very much for tuning in. Wow. Please let me know where you guys are connecting from as you're coming in. Share your location, your country. DMB Sharon. How you do? From Brazil. Wow. That's a long way. Elizabeth, how you doing? All right. Where are you connecting from, Elizabeth? Just want to get to know where you're connecting from. Thank you very much for joining us on Facebook, on YouTube. Tina Okwara from the UK. Wow. All right. That's great. Come on, guys. Let me know where you're going to. Yinka for Larry. How you doing? Good morning. All right. Like I always say to you guys, money and family goes together. You cannot separate any of them. Elizabeth from New Jersey. God bless you. Thank you very much. I want you on here. America. Comfort. How you doing from Abuja? All the way in Nigeria. God bless you. Kaduna, Nigeria. Debbie. Thank you. Nigeria, Jalingo. Oh my God. Barnabas. That's great. All right. As you guys are coming, just keep it going. I want you guys to spread the news. Please go ahead and share it on your walls. Share it on your page. From Katy, Texas. Pearl. God bless you. Thank you very much and good morning. All right. Thank you very much. Keep spreading the news. Let them know I'm here by the grace of God. Sometimes when you get married, women will tell you, oh, money is not important. They're lying to you. All right. They're lying to you. When you get married to a woman, they'll be like, it's just all about love. All right. If you believe that woman, you're dead. All right. I always say that to you guys. One day she will want to go to Dubai. She want to go to Dubai on vacation. And going to Dubai on vacation will cost you about $4,000. Good evening, Pastor Chola, live from France. Well, Gabriel, Ifeoluwa, welcome. So money is important. You need to build it. You need to make sure that you save money. You need to make sure that you make enough of it. All right. And then the family will need money because the kids are going to go to college. The kids are going to live a good life, and it's only one life that you got to live. So we all must plan for our future, plan for our lives. Before you ever go into marriage, make sure you plan very well. Make sure you have the right kind of job that will bring money to you. Make sure you have the mindset to save your money, invest your money, and multiply your money. It's very, very important. So today we're going to be talking about family and finances. And let me tell you something. I've gone all over the world to search for experts who are going to be breaking this down to us by the grace of God. All right. So don't go nowhere. Just stay tuned with me as I bring my guest in right now. I'm telling you, it's going to be a fantastic moment by God's grace. All right. Anthony, can you just unmute your line? How are you doing, Anthony?
Doing well. How are you doing?
I'm great. Mr. Williams, now your face with this. How are you doing, man?
So it's nice to see you.
Nice. So, Anthony, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Please introduce yourself to the people.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad to see all these people here from all over the world. You got UK, France, Texas, Nigeria, Abuja, New Jersey. New Jersey's up where I'm from, near where I'm from. I'm from New York. I live now in Florida. Born and raised here in the U.S. and was a school teacher for many years. I was a school teacher for about 10 years. Taught high school. Education. And then my wife and I linked up with an unbelievable company and started our own business in the financial industry. And now we went from helping children to helping families understand the fundamentals of wealth. And And that's one of the most important things that people can do. Let me take this off here because it was messing up my head.
All right.
But
This one is better. This is better.
yeah. Now we're excited to be here with you today. And if you want to follow me on Instagram and stuff, I post stuff all the time. So my Instagram handle is there on the bottom. But we're here today to kind of talk about the importance of money, the importance of understanding finances, and how to keep a family whole. Because the family at home is the most important vessel that we have in our lives here today while we're on earth, and keep it secure. It starts with money, starts finance.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, let's meet Mr. Williams. Mr. Williams, can you tell us a little bit about yourself also?
Yes, thank you again, Pastor, for having me on. My name is William Akinwande, originally from Nigeria. My background is in finance and banking, and just like you just heard from my leader, my coach, my broker. I'm with Revolution Financial Management, and we're here today to just establish to our people, and people within our community, the importance of financial education. And I love to have him, give us all the details and the information that can be of great use to us, especially we that were immigrants in this country. Thank you again for having me.
All right, welcome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want you guys to just stay tuned. Let me just break this down to you guys real quick, the language that you guys will understand. Most of the time, you guys will come online like this thinking like, oh, they want to sell something to us. No, they're not selling anything to you here. I just want to let you know, because a lot of you guys say, oh, I'm just going to get out. I'm going to get out because they're about to start selling something to me. You see, the problem we have in our community is that we don't have the right information. We don't have the right knowledge about how to handle money and how to save money, how to invest money, how to do a lot of stuff. And majority of us don't want to go and pay for a coach to coach us and teach us exactly what we need to know. All right. I'm bringing these people to you free of charge to come to you guys to educate you, to share some, deep stuff with you guys so that you can actually next year, 2023, it's possible for you to buy your own house. In 2023, it's possible for you to have a big time savings. In 2023, you can actually travel the world and just go on vacation. In 2023, your wife will be happy with you. All right. So that's what we want to actually dig into. How to manage money, how to do many things, and we're going to lock it in with family, and you guys are going to be well blessed. Okay, now I'm going to just yield the podium to Mr. Anthony to actually take us through the journey real quick.
No problem. So I know that there's a bunch of people watching here from all over the world, and money works differently in all different countries, but the concepts are the same. And what people need to understand is this, that everybody goes to sleep at night, and the number one thing on their mind when they go to sleep and when they wake up is sometimes the stress of, I don't have enough money to live. I don't have enough money to hit the goals and dreams that I have for my lives. If you have children, you're worrying about them every single moment of your day, right? Because your life is for them the moment that they enter this world. And when we don't have money, isn't that the first thing that we think of, right? It's when you don't have any of it, when you don't have the education of it, when you don't have the understanding of how it works, how to grow it, how to make more of it. It is the one thing you think about constantly. It is one of the biggest causes of stress in this country and around the world. It is one of the biggest, as my dog has now entered the show here. But she's just Rosie and on it. It's one of the biggest stressors on our lives, both in our health, our mental health. It's one of the leading causes of divorce in the world. It's one of the leading causes of homelessness, of children who have lower literacy rates in this country and around the world. The biggest use for drugs and alcohol. That can all be rooted sometimes in that person's lack of understanding and how money works. And so one of the first things that we do for people is that we help them understand that money is not hard to understand. The first thing that you have to teach people is that it's not complicated, right? And really what we teach people is 4 basic concepts. How do we save short-term and long-term, right? How do we save for the next 3 months? And how do we save for the next 30 years of our lives, preferably in a way that it's tax-free? How do we eliminate debt? How can we teach families how to get out of debt, whether it be student loans from college or a home mortgage loan, whatever it might be? We want to help people get out of debt as fast as possible. How do we help people understand the importance of life insurance and protecting your life so that when you do pass on, God forbid it's too early, that your family isn't feeling the pressure of now the loss of your income on their lives? And then how do I create a will and a estate plan so that I can leave my money and my assets behind to my family so that for generations to come, they're feeling empowered in their finances? And what we do when you look at an average family, and I don't know how it works in the UK or in Nigeria, but I'm pretty sure it's probably around the same. More than nearly 50% of the money that a family makes every month is going to go towards their bills or their living expenses. 25% they're usually going to have to pay in taxes, and the other 25% goes to some kind of debt. What we want to do is teach people fundamentally, how do I save my money, eliminate the amount I'm paying in taxes in my retirement, and then eliminate my debt and increase those things for savings, whether it be for my kids, for my own financial future, just to have freedom from debt, more cash on hand to buy a house. Like Pastor was saying, that's one of the biggest goals that many Americans have, and I'm sure people have all over the world, is to own their own land and own their own piece of property. Well, how do we get there? And what we do is we represent hundreds of different companies, and we try and bring education to the families, and we act as a broker between them and all these companies that we can use to kind of help them. But really, it starts with the education piece. And there's three fundamentals that somebody really needs to understand. The first is, how does interest work? One of the biggest things that people don't understand is interest, right? It could be our best friend and it could be our worst enemy, right? On our investments, interest can help us tremendously. If you're getting around a 1% interest rate on your money, the rule of 72, if you've never heard of this, it's the rule that establishes how long it'll take your money to double if you never add more money to it. And there's a lot of other things, but just on the surface, if you take the interest rate you're receiving and you divide by 72, it'll tell you how long it takes that money to double. So if I'm getting 1% interest at the bank every 72 years, that initial investment will double. Well, how do I get better rates of return? We'll help people understand that. How do I invest in the market and get better rates of return with limited risk? Because we don't want to lose our money either. The second thing we help people understand is how to get out of debt. Debt is a horrible thing in this world, unfortunately, right? The Bible tells us both the lender and the borrower be, right? There's a lot of reasons to get debt that are good, but there's no reason that's good to stay in debt. And one of the things we can teach people is, when you're paying off your debts, if you were to lay all of your debts out on a table in front of you, well, a lot of people will immediately put extra money on whichever debt's higher. Well, that's not the best way to do it sometimes. One of the best ways to do it is called debt stacking, which is where we pay the highest interest rate debt first, because that's the debt that's doubling the fastest. And as you start to do that and you attack your debt a little bit like that, you're going to notice, in most cases, people notice they get out of debt faster. Another big thing we teach people is that there's different methods of investing. There's fixed investing, where you don't lose any money. There's variable investing, where you can lose money, and you often will sometimes if you invest in the stock market. There's indexed investing, where they're going to give you limits on how much you can make in a given year for guarantees against loss. So we teach them all about these different methods that exist, and there's different products you can invest in. There's Roth IRAs and traditional IRAs and 401k plans and stocks and mutual funds and bonds and life insurance. There's so much for us to learn, and that's why it's so important to sit with someone that knows what they're doing so that they can help you. And then the last thing we help people understand, in America at least, is taxes. How do we help people avoid taxes later in retirement so that they're not feeling the pressure of working on a fixed income when they're too old to go back to work? One of the worst things I see is when I go to my local supermarket over here in Florida, and you see the little 85, 90-year-old man working at the supermarket. And then if you go up to him and you ask him, you say, hey, what made you want to work at this age? You're like, oh, I got bored in retirement. Nobody gets bored in retirement. The only reason he went back to work is because he ran out of money.
Let me stop you right there. This is funny. This is funny. I always tell my people, I said, I don't want to get old and start working in McDonald's as meter and greeter. You know,
no.
it's kind of a terrible kind of lifestyle. You live all these years, and eventually when you're old at the age of 70, you now get a job in McDonald's as meter and greeter because retirement is not coming true.
Yeah. And it's it's a hard thing to see too, because if that person who's in their 80s, 90s now, 70s, right? If they would have done a couple things differently when they were younger, they probably wouldn't be in that position. The whole point of saving is it's not how much you save. It's that you start saving something right now, whether it's $10 or $10,000. Saving something, investing something in your future right now is better than sitting there and waiting for the right time, because you're never going to know when the right time is
There's
to
no right
capitalize on the
time
market.
now. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're trying, we like to educate these. Our saying in our company is that no family left behind, right? A family saving is a family saved. And if we could teach a family how to do a budget, establish, hey, how do we lower your expenses? How do we find different ways for you to put more money away, both in cash and in your investments, whether it be for you or for your kids or for your future? You know, the best blessing that I was given was this opportunity in our company. But the other blessing was that I was able to look at my parents and say, hey, how can I help you? One of the best things a child can do, right, is to turn around and take care of their family. And because of the money we've made in our company doing this business, but also because of the savings habits that I've established through the education that we teach, I was able to help my parents when they needed it during COVID, during the quarantines. I was able to help a friend when they needed it. And now my wife and I, we don't have bosses anymore, right? How many of you would like to fire your boss and quit your job, right?
I want to fire my boss.
You're like, I am the boss. But it's doing the right things with your money now will give you the freedom to make those kind of decisions in the future. So if you guys have questions, I can keep going, but I'd rather answer questions too as you have them. But
yeah, guys, if you have any question for Mr. Anthony, please go ahead and type them out, and I'm going to read them to him, and you'll get to know. But let's go to Mr. Williams. Well, what do you have to say to us?
Say, as immigrants in this country, one of the things I've realized is that we live in one of the most wealthiest countries in the world, but at the same time is a home or headquarters to a lot of homeless people. And you can work hard all your life, but still retire poor if you don't have proper planning. And, we do much to send our kids to school. What do they end up coming out with? A lot of debt. Understanding how money works, it's an integral part of taking care of our family, if we call ourselves family men. So I believe that if we want to have a comfortable retirement, that retirement that doesn't send us to become a greeter at Walmart, or if you want to be financially free, we have to take our financial future seriously, starting from now. So that at the end of the day, because nobody should be more interested in our future than ourselves. And just like Anthony have said, our platform where we teach with people the education about around learning how to save at least minimum of 3 months to 6 months of your income as an emergency fund, so that in case anything happened, loss of job, loss of opportunity, you got sick, you couldn't go to work, you have resources available to pay your bills without fretting, or saving long time, towards getting financially free or towards your retirement, or even getting ourselves protected. I mean, I'm more interested in the area of protection because I know within our community, a lot of time we say that Jesus is our protection, our children is our retirement plan, and all that. But some of these kids, you don't know. By the time you are at your retirement age, they might be struggling with money themselves, and they don't have time to come back and take care of you. So we are in a age whereby, especially if you live in this country, that you have to think about your home plan before you think about making your kids your retirement plan. Then how do you walk out of your home every day in our country today, not thinking about what will happen if I'm not there, if I didn't come back home? What will happen to my wife? What will happen to my kids? So it's very, very important for us to think about how to protect ourselves, give ourselves life insurance, so that at the end of the day, if anything ever could have happened to us, because a loss of a family head or any member of a family is actually a loss of income. So, and I've seen it over and over again when we have to go to our churches to raise money to bury someone, or we have to go to friends and raise GoFundMe. There's over 10,000 GoFundMe every day. And research revealed that those GoFundMe, the average amount that came from them are actually about $480. So if you have to bury someone with over 10,000, it costs about average of $10,000 to bury someone in this country. So I want us to think about it, that it's very, very important for us to begin to say that, how am I preparing for my family? Look at our kids in the eye when we're walking out of the house, and our wife, and said, or whoever is the breadwinner of the family, if I'm not here tomorrow, and essentially, also, life insurance is not about death, about passing. People use this thing when they are alive with living benefits. Think about adversity do happens in life. Think about if you have a situation whereby you could not walk, there's a critical illness or chronic illness in the family that could not make the family, the breadwinner, work for like 6 months, 8 months. The bills are not waiting. So what do happen is, at the end of the day, our family, our wife or husband that is supposed to stay beside us, have to go take more jobs to actually take care of us. So when our family are sick, when something happens to us, we should think about taking care of them. We should least worry about how money will come or how we're going to pay our bills. So that's why it's important for us to have protection. In fact, I believe personally that the foundation of every wealth building is protection. You got to protect what you have, then you get more, then you protect more,
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I just want to ship in. And thank you again, Pastor, for having us.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, I think we have a question here, but before we go straight to that question right there, I want to just quickly ask Anthony, is it possible that this, what we're talking about, can this benefit people that are outside of the United States?
Yeah, I think that, if you're outside of the United States and you're not a US citizen or have a tax number in the US, we personally can't help you, but the concepts that we teach, you can apply them in any country, because it's about best practices, right? Let's say you're in Nigeria, there's a different currency, there's different rules, there's different taxes, all that stuff, but budgeting is still the same. If you do a good budget in Nigeria, you'll have a good budget in the United States. You're looking at investment products and things to do. I don't know how the economy works there. I'm sure a lot of it's based on land and stuff like that too. Well, you could look into how to invest in those things too. But really, what William just said is the most important thing. Whether you're in your own country or you're here, wherever you are in the world, the biggest thing people forget is that they invest so much for their future without getting themselves protection for today, right? How can someone, you can have millions of dollars in investment products, but if you die, what happens to your family? Is there life insurance in place? Are you going to be able to protect your home? Are they going to have to sell the home that you now built because they don't have enough money to keep it? These are the things that people need to start worrying about too, not only their future, but today. But the concepts we teach, how money works, whether it's the American dollar, the yen, the pound, the euro, it doesn't matter. Money all works around the same way. And the more you have of it, the better you'll do. It's understanding, how do I create a lean budget for myself and my home? How do I put my money in accounts that aren't going to lose a ton of money, but still give me opportunities for investment? Those are the kind of things that we can do for you. So
fine. That's great. And I know people are listening right now all over the world, and those that will actually eventually watch this video right after this. Somebody's asking, say, how can one invest with little money? I'm not sure probably we can answer this question here, but
yeah,
I want to throw a little light onto it.
The first thing I say is I can't give any direct financial advice. As a fully licensed advisor, we would have to meet privately to do that. But as a general answer, the amount of money you invest is not the most important part, in my opinion. It's when you start investing, and the answer to that is now. And whether that's $5 or $6 or $500,000 or $600,000, it doesn't matter. The number one thing is what William had just said too. Before you start worrying about investing in the stock market or investing in the future, ask yourself, do I have 3 to 6 months of my income in cash? Because I know a lot of people who love to tell me all about what they have in their retirement accounts. And then I ask them, well, if you lost your job today, would you be able to cover your expenses for the next year? And they say, no, I could barely cover them for the next 2 weeks. It's not okay to have a ton of money in investments and be cash poor, right? So the first thing you have to ask yourself is, do I have 3 to 6 months of my income saved in cash? If you have that, well, then you can say, okay, do I have a good lean budget? Am I not spending too much? Okay. Is my debt handled? Do I have my debt under control? Am I trying to get out of that? Am I putting money towards that? Once you answer those three questions, right, which is the fundamentals, do I have proper protection in life insurance to protect all of these things that are currently here? And then once you have that, right, we build a house from the ground up, not the roof down. So once we've built the foundation, now you say, okay, where can I go invest this extra money now that I have after I've handled my emergency fund, I've created a budget, I've handled my debt, I've gotten myself some life insurance. Now I have this amount of money. Maybe it's $100. Where can I go invest that $100 in order to invest? It doesn't, I have clients, and I'll tell you, I have clients that save $20 a month for their kids. I have clients that save tens of thousands of dollars. It's a wide range. The market and investing and whatever you invest in is open to everybody. It's free and equal opportunity for everybody. You just have to understand where to look.
Yeah, and let me just put this into it quickly. You know, I know our people very well. African people, we don't believe in, you know, saving money. We just believe in just squandering it, just spending it. We want to make other people to see us to be rich. So we buy things that we can't afford to buy. We buy big houses and big cars and all kinds of stuff. And by the time you lose your job, then you will need to, they will have to, you know, probably they have to come and repo the cars, and then they kick you out of the mortgage, and then all kinds of stuff. And that's when people start committing suicide, or probably they relocate back to Africa, or they move somewhere else and all kinds of stuff. I believe that every one of us should be mindful of the future. You don't know exactly what will happen to you. And that's why we need to actually find a way to have insurance, life insurance, that protects you. It will protect you in the future, protect you even now. You know, sometimes when you buy life insurance and you turn 70 or turn 60 and your kids doesn't need the money anymore, they are actually well placed in the society and stuff, it's possible for you to sell that life insurance and then spend it for yourself. You know, and it could be used as a kind of a retirement plan for you and your wife also. All right. So many of you guys will, you know, you remember that when people die in church, we come to church and start begging for money, $50. All right. When you create a life insurance account, that is going to come with the funeral insurance. You don't have to beg for $50, you know, to bury somebody. All right. And so many of you husbands, especially the men, men, husbands, Africans, you believe if you have life insurance, if you die, your wife is going to marry a new guy, and that new guy will spend the $2 million with and stuff. So you rather not to have it and stuff. How about your kids? You know, think about your children. Don't think about her marrying another person. Think about your children. That guy that she's going to get married to will still help you to take care of your kids also. So don't just be thinking one way. Think in a kind of a broader way, that your kids are going to be serviced also.
Yeah.
Many of us, we have credit card bills. Some of us, we have mortgages and all kinds of stuff. By the time you die, the weight is going to be on one person. It's either going to be on the wife or the husband. And if you save enough money, you'll be able to, the person that is behind will be able to use that money to be able to bless, you know, the family. All right. So, and like Anthony just said, there is no amount of money that is too small to save. You know, I created an account. They call it the mutual fund account. That was like about 10 years ago. And during that time, the guy asked me, "Are you comfortable?" I said, "No." I said, "And as an African man, I believe you want to scam me." And the guy looked at me and said, "No, I'm not scamming you. It's your money. You're going to have access to it." I said, "No, I can't." So the guy begged me, said, "Okay, how about $10?" I said, "Okay, I can do $10. So I started with $10 every month. They take it out of my account without my knowledge. So at the end of every year, then they send a statement to me, like, "You got this amount of money." Wow. I was like, "That's my money." Yeah. Good. So I increased it to $50. From $50, I increased it to $100. Then I created 3 different accounts, one each for my kids and one for myself. And that was the time I increased it to $1,000 a month. And one day I checked my account. I was, man. Then every time I get broke, I go and borrow money from there and then put it back there and borrow. Now I feel like, whoa, I got some money somewhere. All right. So I believe everybody should do this same thing. And you might not be able to find a coach that will teach you these. And that's where Williams and Anthony, that's where they're coming in right now. So if you have any question right now, please go ahead and ask. There's another question here, Anthony. This guy is saying, he said, please can you elaborate more on investment options, buying a house in the US?
I can't get into too much detail like this because this is public. If you wanted direct information on that, you can always contact us privately. But what I can tell you,
how do we contact you guys privately, please? Can we get a number or email?
Yeah,
us?
you could actually, can I type it in the chat? Does that work?
Yeah, you can try it. Try it if it's
Yeah.
and then I can just blow it up. People can see it and write it down.
I can list our email.
Yeah.
RFM1 at
Somebody's asking here, how does life insurance really work? Williams, can you just go ahead and just talk about that as Anthony is just typing right now? How does life insurance really work?
All right. Life insurance is basically just like how you protect yourself, against adversity of life. Basically, it could be death, or it could be disability, or any form of adversity. Just like your car insurance, I believe you probably, if you have a car, you know that you have a car insurance, accident insurance. In the case that you are involved in an accident, then insurance company replaces that car to you. So also, life insurance is about if you pass on, you are not able to function, or you are no longer around, the insurance company pays your family, your beneficiary, who that is, a sum of amount of money to replace your income, to replace their loss. So usually there are various forms of life insurance. Like I said, we're not going into much details. Anyone that is more interested, you could contact us. We're going to leave our phone number, our emails behind here. But that's just basically how life insurance works. It's just having protection, having an hedge against loss, whatever that might be. Sometimes it might be physical disability, your inability not to be able to walk or do basic 3 functions of daily living. You can brush your teeth, you can dress yourself, you can walk alone. You need somebody, an assistant, to get up, to walk. All of these, there are insurance that are tailored to addressing all these life adversities. Yes, sir, to take care of us, to cushion the effects, and to make us to have resources to take care of ourselves if we ever met with adversity.
All right, Anthony, do you want to chip in anything on that?
Yeah.
How does life insurance really work?
I actually just sent you in the private chat. There you go.
Yeah, I got you.
Life insurance, there's a multitude of different types of life insurance, like William said. There's life insurance just to cover your life and replace your mortgage. There's life insurance that's permanent, will cover you the rest of your lives. There's life insurance that you can use for cash accumulation and investment that's not taxable by the government. There's life insurance that provides what's called long-term care, meaning when you get older, God forbid you get cancer, or dementia, or Alzheimer's, or you need at-home care, the policy can help pay for that. So there's a bunch of different things that you can do with life insurance, and depending on the family's needs, that's the type of life insurance that we might be able to show them. The name of our company, if you guys see, Pastor just posted my email, my Instagram, and then our 2 company websites. The first one is the Revolution Financial Management website. I'm also a fully licensed financial advisor with Transamerica Financial Advisors. So there's the 2 sites. You can contact me and William through those. You can book appointments, whatever you guys want. If you have other questions that are more specific or personal to you, I can't give any advice publicly on a specific stock or anything like that.
We can. We're not supposed to. That's against the policy. All right, guys. You see, let me tell you guys something real quick. You see, this is the right time for you to start this stuff. This is the right time for you to do this. You see, at the end of this broadcast, I want you guys to just write the emails down, get in touch with Anthony and Williams, and see if they will be able to help you. The life we live is getting more difficult by the day, and the future is going to be more difficult than this. I'm not going to lie to you. COVID-19 came with a kind of a change to our lifestyle. Everybody is shouting right now. People are shouting in Nigeria. See, let me tell you this. Nigerians, you may think, oh, we don't have enough money to save. It doesn't matter how much. You can start with just 1,000 naira in a month. You can do 2,000 naira in a month. At the end of the year, you're going to have money saved. And that money will save your life one day. And you never believe it. And if you feel like you want to do investment, you have enough money to do investment and stuff. And if you, even in Nigeria, it's possible for you to invest your money in any company in overseas country. If you talk with Anthony and Williams, they might be able to give you ideas of what to do, how to go by this. But if you continue to say, oh, Jesus is my insurance, Jesus is my life insurance, you're fooling yourself. I'm telling you, Jesus is the insurance. Jesus Christ is your eternity insurance. That is for you not to go to hell, for you to make heaven. All right. I understand you guys pray a lot. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Jesus is never going to rain money down from heaven. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Jesus is never going to save money for you. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. I'm telling you the fact. Jesus is not going to pay your hospital bills. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Jesus is not going to pay anything for you if you enter into a wreck. You are going to be the one to pay your children's school fees when they go to college. You're going to be the one to train your kids. And, you want to go on vacation with your wife. We're talking about family here. Many of us were having marital difficulty because your wife, you guys doesn't even do nothing. You don't go out to eat. You don't travel. You don't go on vacation. You got no money to do anything. But when you save money, when you invest money, you're going to be able to have money for vacation. I love white people because I work with them. Many times they'll just come, oh, Mr. Shaw, I'll be like, I'm going on vacation. I'm like, what? The second time this year, man. What is gone? Let's go on vacation. Then they go, are you going on vacation? I'll be like, no, I'm not. I'm going to walk through. I just walk. So I'll be walking. And at the end of the day, you need to spend some time to go on vacation, enjoy your marriage, enjoy the money you're making. Enjoy. All right. So if you do, it's going to be a blessing by the grace of God. Thank you so very much, Angela. Thank you for bringing on this. God bless you. Thank you, Adewumi. Omowumi. Thank you, Adeyemi, for this by the grace of God. Thank you. I enrolled in life insurance in January, and it's the best decision ever. Elizabeth, thank you for that. All right. On this show, we are not here to market anything to you. I brought these people to educate us on the importance of saving money, making money, and catering for the issue in your family. So if you want to have a one-on-one meeting with them, you want to sit with them to talk, you want to make a call through, with them for them to coach you. All right, the opportunity is there right now.
Yeah, we don't. The other thing too, I'll tell you about the way William and I and our company operates. We don't charge people for a consultation to meet. So if you have questions and you're worried about, hey, is this going to cost me any money to meet with you? We don't charge anybody. We do it like we're when you talk about our company, God is very centered in our company, right? And it's I love what you said. Jesus is not going to pay your house bill. Jesus paid with his blood for your eternal soul. He is not paying for your house payment though. So your soul is insured. You're good. You're like that's covered. But in terms of what's happening in your worldly life, in your earthly life, that's you're gonna need to definitely prepare yourselves. And then what you said about Africa as a whole, as a continent, when you look at when you said that a lot of Nigerians, I guess in your culture, they'll buy a lot of fancy stuff that they can't afford just to kind of look the part. That's a Western idea, right? And prior to Western colonization in Africa, Africa was the wealthiest continent in the world. You had Mansa Musa, the wealthiest human being to ever live in Africa. Mm-hmm. And so all you got to do is think back to the roots of we were powerful and our people are powerful. Now you just need the education for the modern day economy. And I think, and we talk about it in our company all the time, I think the biggest wealth wave we're going to see over the next 100 years is coming from Africa. There's a lot of great schools out there. I've met through William, I've met a lot of Nigerians. I'm learning that school is very important there and having degrees and going to college. And now it's like, okay, well, how do I apply financial education as well on top of that? And that's going to be the future of both you and your countrymen is understanding how do I make my money work for me, both here and at home, so that I can go back and help the people that are there. And, if I can, the one little plug that I'll give, our company works with a charity called All for One. And if you've ever heard of All for One, you can go online and look it up. We build Well, the charity builds schools, orphanages, clinics all throughout the world. They have about 13 locations in Sierra Leone. They just finished one as well. So it's through the grace of God, we're helping a lot of people too that way. Hi, Lisa.
Good morning, Anthony, William.
Good morning.
Apologies to our host. Don't know the name, but good morning. Glad to be here.
All right. Thank you, Lisa.
I had a quick question for Anthony and William,
Yeah.
because I'm getting this question from some of the people that I'm approaching.
Okay.
And they say, I keep seeing commercials on TV. I'm seeing cheap policy insurance. What kind of insurance is that? And is that good coverage?
Oh, wow. Yeah, well, good question. I know the radio ads and the TV ads, right? Like they have all these different companies and hey, you can get insurance for $10 a month and all these things. Most of the time, a couple of things to be wary of when you see those kind of ads is number one, they're usually based off the best health rating. And there's no guarantee you're going to get the best health rating for your age. Number two, they're most likely in a lot of scenarios talking about what's called term insurance. There's nothing wrong with term insurance. It's going to be very cheap for you, but it's also not going to cover you for your entire life. It's only going to cover you for a certain amount of time. And then a lot of the time, the type of policies they're talking about on those ads are what we call final expense policies. So it's just going to be enough money to bury you or put you through your final stages of life after you pass away for your family to prepare for that. So they're not going to, a lot of the times those policies are not going to provide investments. They're not going to provide permanent death benefits, but it depends on what company. But yes, I know those are crazy, but that's why you need to have the education of what's out there, know some people to go to ask those questions, and make sure that you're doing the right things. But good question, Lisa.
Nice. Let me quickly just jump on women right now. I want to jump on women right now. A lot of African women, you guys believe that my husband is actually supposed to provide this, my husband should provide that, everything should be on the neck of my husband and this, that, and all that. Now, and you spend your own money to buy clothes and shoes and all kinds of stuff. Let me tell you something. Your husband will not always be around to be with you. The two things may happen. Number one, it's possible for him to divorce you. Number two is that it's possible for death to take him, either timely or untimely. So the guy will eventually depart your life. How will you survive if, in case the guy doesn't have life insurance, the guy doesn't have savings, he doesn't have anything, all right? Now, you yourself as a woman supposed to plan your future yourself, all right? Instead of you buying all the clothes and shoes and bags and all kinds of stuff that you're actually putting in the basement, you only wear those clothes only one time. You wear them one time to parties and the shoes are tight and you can't wear them anymore and just throw them somewhere. Let me tell you something. You're wasting money and destroying your own future. All right. What you need to do is to start saving. If you're spending $200 a month on clothes, let me advise you. Take $100 out of that $200 and save it and come back and thank me in another 1 month, 1 year time. I'm telling you, put it away. And when you put it away, that doesn't change anything about you. Wearing Tommy and Gucci and all kinds of stuff, they're good. I love them. If you give it to me for free, if you dash me for free, I'll wear them, but I'm not going to use my money to buy. No, I'm not. You see, people do see me, sometimes I put on my Walmart t-shirt and I go somewhere. And some people wearing Gucci. And when they see me, they go, oh, Pastor Shola, come. I'm like, no, Gucci man is here. Gucci man is here. They're like, we don't know him. Come on, let's go. I'm like, yeah, with all your Gucci, you're still not recognized. All right. So me, I'm wearing Walmart t-shirt and they recognize me because of my good works and all the things I've done for the society. So I see a lot of people, they want to make statement by wearing good clothes and expensive things, but they don't have savings. So many of our women, they wear good stuff, but they don't have plan for their kids' school fees. They don't have college fund for their children. They have no life insurance. And this is going to bite you later down the road. I promise you that. And by the time it will come, you are not going to be the only one to suffer for it because you're going to come to church. And then the pastor will have to come and start begging the people to donate money to you. And it's going to be something of disgrace. It's going to be very disgraceful because by the time you get there, and then begging the pastor to come and beg money for you, I'm telling you, if I'm that pastor, I'm going to say some stuff to you that will make you to feel so bad. But this is a time right now for you, right now, to start to save your money. Anthony, I wanted to just give a kind of I wanted to advise the women right here.
I mean, it's one of the beautiful things about the world that we live in today, as opposed to 50 years ago, is that there's way more opportunities for women than there were a long time ago. And with that comes, the idea that women can do a heck of a lot with money now, because they're making a little bit more. In a lot of professions, they're actually making more than men in a lot of places as well. And an empowered, powerful woman can do a lot of things when they have their own financial independence and stability in mind. I know that in a lot of cultures where I'm from, in my family in Italy, it was always taught that the husband goes to work and the husband makes all the money, and the woman was a homemaker. That's the way that those cultures are brought up there, and that's changing now. And it's what's now required in a lot of places, because the cost of living is so high, is that both spouses need to work, and both the man and the woman need to go and bring bread home for the family. Well, then it's that much more important. Instead of buying the fancy car or the fancy pocketbook or the fancy shoes, that you take that money and you do save it and you do invest it. One of the most challenging questions that I ask people is, what is the biggest check you can write me right now? I don't care if you drive a Mercedes or you have a fancy suit or if you've got the nicest things. How much money in a case of an emergency could you get your hands on right now for you and your family? Because if in an emergency, the Mercedes isn't going to do anything for you. The pocketbook is not going to do anything for you. But having cash and having financial independence will do tons more for you and your family. So yes, I 100% agree with that as well. What type of life insurance can a single parent of a challenged child look like for? That's actually a really good question. I was actually a special ed teacher for 10 years. That was my previous career. And I know the struggle that it is, right? Working with a student who has some disabilities or whatever it might be. There are insurance companies out there that can help you, that will sit with you and talk to you and help your child, and be able to help you put some money away for them as well, and even get life insurance on that child, no matter what their health needs are, their special needs are. You just have to sit down with an advisor, sit down with someone, and they'll kind of walk you through that process. You can contact us. We can help you with that as well.
Nice. I think we have Pamela. Pamela is here. Maybe. Hello, Pamela. Do you have anything for us?
I do. Good morning. Listen, you hit me right where I live in terms of loving designers, but I'm a 50-year-old retired. I'm a 58-year-old retired educator. I've got a decent pension and a 403B. So my question to William and Anthony is, at this point in my life, knowing that I could live a little bit longer, are there options for me? What would you recommend?
That's a really good question. It's interesting. As a former educator, you have a pension in the United States. They have what's called a pension. It's like a guaranteed retirement from the state that they worked in. And you also had an investment account. So really now it's about, what can I put my money in now that I can leave to my children? At the age, when you're over the age of 55, you're looking at your life a little bit with a little like shorter of a time frame, because you're like, time is getting shorter. But what you could say to yourself is, I may not have the time to invest 30, 40, 50 years, but what can I put my money in now that'll provide not only for me a little bit while I'm in retirement, but leave a legacy for my children? And a lot of the times there's a multitude of different things, whether it be life insurance investment, property investment, being able to put your money in things that are tax-free so that your family's not paying a buttload of taxes when you do pass on, and having those kind of things set up, and then moving some of your very risky investments to more conservative as you get older is probably also really smart too. So this way you don't lose it while you are in retirement and enjoying your retirement with your designers as well. So.
Williams, do you have anything to say to this?
Yes. I first of all want to go back on the question about women empowering and women, because I know sometimes we men, we are culpable, especially from our culture, of saying that, my wife doesn't do nothing. My wife don't need to work. I pay all the bills. You better allow your wife, empower your wife to work. Just like Pastor have said and Anthony have said, if you are not around any longer and your wife do not know how to make money enhancement by
You
ourselves.
know what she's gonna be doing, Williams?
Yes,
She's gonna be having sex with your friends.
exactly.
And those guys will say, "Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah,
do it. Yeah,
exactly.
okay, the school fees, don't worry, I pay your rent and stuff."
Yes,
That's
exactly. So
you're gonna be
but-
hungry in heaven. You'll be inside heaven, you'll be hungry.
exactly, because I've met men within our community that said, no, he's not working. I can pay all the bill. Why should I just stay at home? You know, you got to empower your women. And some of us, we are out of this insecurity that, oh, if our women are out there making money, and we are insecure, like, oh, maybe they're going to be, what would I say? They're going to have pride. They're going
Be
to
unfaithful.
you don't be unfaithful. You got to allow them to be empowered. You got to also teach them about, financial education so that they can be able to position themselves right, and the whole family will be the better for it.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you very much. So thank you very much, Pamela. I'm going to bring somebody else up right now quickly. I think there's somebody else here that is waiting to come up also. Hello. How are you? Unmute your line, please.
How's it going?
It's going good. I don't believe your name is Ngozi, right? Your name is Ngozi.
Here we go. See, I don't get to choose what my mom called me, but I am a blessing, though. So,
all right. Do you have something for us?
Well, for myself, I kind of, as someone that is a minister and also a live in a rural area, this idea of financial literacy and the things that you guys have been talking about sometimes feels kind of foreign. And a lot of times you hear in ministry that, oh, I have faith, I don't believe in life insurance. I don't believe in all this type of stuff. So what do you guys say in terms of in response to that? Because faith is something, but I mean, the last time I checked, a church isn't paying for somebody's bills for the rest of their life if something happens to them. So I just want to hear about, kind of get their thoughts.
Yeah, I think that's a great question. And I know I hear it all the time too. When I talk to clients, they go, I don't believe in life insurance. I don't believe in investing. Well, here's the thing. Life insurance and investing isn't a religion. It doesn't require belief. It doesn't require faith. It requires action. I think the pastor had said it before. Jesus is not going to pay your bills. Jesus is not going to pay off your house. Jesus is not going to pay the bills of your family if you pass away too soon. And so as much as we have faith and we believe that our soul is granted access to heaven, if you don't have your money right, you're going to get there a lot sooner than you planned. And you're not going to have the most fruitful experience here on earth. You're not going to be able to give back. Here's the thing. If you're not financially independent yourself, if you're not saving money yourself, if you're not protecting yourself with life insurance, then you can't help anybody else. And if you live your whole life in that selfish kind of mindset of, I don't want to worry about anybody. And I bet you there's a lot of people on here probably too, and around the world that would want to do more for other people, but can't. Why? Because they don't have the money. So although you might not believe in life insurance or believe in financial independence or believe in investing, you should believe that if I am financially independent and I do understand what to do with my money, I can help a lot more people while I'm here. I judge someone's success or someone's impact on how many lives they help and they change. And I'm sure when we get up to, when we all go home and we all go up to heaven, God will probably say, man, you did a really good job down there, didn't you? Right? You don't want him to say, why were you running around poor the whole time? I put financial advisors in front of you. I put banks in front of you. I put life insurance in front of you. And you said, nah, I don't believe it. That's the way I would talk about it with people too, is that your lack of understanding in it and education and money is a choice. There's so many ways you can go out there and get help. There's so many books you can buy. There's so many people you can see. We go to church when we need help with our spirit. We go to the doctor when we need help with our body. We go to the dentist when we need help with our teeth. When we need help with our mind, we'll go to a psychologist or a therapist. But when we need help with our money, we're often skeptical. We're like, no, I don't. It's a scam or it's this. And unfortunately, there are a lot of scams out there. There are a lot of people who take advantage, and the devil shines its face in a bunch of different ways in terms of that area of the world. But there's so many books you can buy and people that are good to help you with this stuff that it doesn't require belief in. It just requires you to take some kind of action in, and you can really do
Yeah.
some
Thank you. I just want to add a little thoughts to that is that what we stand for in our organization, myself and Anthony Ngozi, is that we believe in family, we believe in faith, we believe in finance, we believe in fitness, we believe in all of this. Faith is very, very big to us and is important to us. But there's a Bible passage that says that a good man leaves inheritance for his children and his children's children. So my own kind of concept of belief is that if based on that Bible verse, you appear in the throne of heaven today, and will you be checked correct? Will you be checked positive? Will God be able to say, hey, you're a good servant. You left inheritance for yourself, for your children, and for your children's children. So you want to think about that. Anytime you feel that you want to relax, anytime you feel that you don't want to do more, you don't want to save, you don't want to invest, you don't want to pursue opportunity, think about what you can do beyond yourself, above yourself, to your family, to help lift them up, to leave inheritance, to go forward. I see a lot of people that say Jesus Christ is going to come tomorrow. All this life is a waste. We are all running a fool. I mean, we don't need to save. We don't. It's a devil's word. But the last time I checked, they still have to pay their bill the following morning. Otherwise, they'll be kicked out of their house.
You're saying that ever since I was born.
Yes. Thank you, though.
Thank you.
Do you mind if I ask another question?
Yeah, go ahead.
So in terms of, because I know there's a lot of things that are out there, like what would you guys recommend, Anthony, William, about like what are some books to read? What are some, because that's important. We read the Bible, but the Bible doesn't tell you products. So what are some books to read when it comes out?
Let me come in before Anthony will come in. I know Anthony will have the right answer for you. I promise. Now, is it now like about 5 months ago? All my life, the only book I read, just the Bible, all the time, every time, Genesis, Revelation, the same book, every day. One day, one guy called me and said, Pastor Chola, I said, yes. He said, you've been reading just only one book. I said, yes. He said, it's time for you to read some other books. I said, what other book do you want me to read? He said, about making money. I said, the Bible says my father owns the cattle on 1,000 hills. He said, yeah. He said, but he didn't tell you how to make it, how to make that cattle to come to you. I said, yeah. He said, if I pay my tithes, then, it will open the windows of heaven upon me and rain down the money on top of me. So I've been expecting the rain of money all this while. And the guy said, no. Come on. So the guy took me to a place and sat me down, gave me a book, and I started reading how to become an IT specialist. All right. So I took that class, and then eventually I got a job. Then I started making money. Then I started thanking God. I was like, God, thank you. So I found out there are some other books for you to read than just reading the Bible that will actually balance up your life and then give you more understanding about what the Bible is saying properly. All right. That's just for me, a testimony on my side. So Anthony, go ahead and just answer these questions.
Yeah. I mean, there's a ton of different books out there. That's a great story too. But there's a ton of different books out there. A couple that I love that have helped me in my journey through financial education and now teaching it. How Money Works by Tom Matthews. How Money Works is a great one. It's very simple. I actually have it right in front of me here. It's little tiny book. It's quick read. You could probably read it in a day. It's got a lot of pictures, so it's easy. The Richest Man in Babylon is a great book to learn about the fundamentals of why we want to save money and how to invest our money. Money Master the Game by Tony Robbins is a little bit more in depth about specific investments you can do in this country. Tax-Free Retirement is a really good one by Patrick Kelly. Stress-Free Retirement by Patrick Kelly. And then the Financial Pocket Knife by Jim Stoddard. I mean, if you could probably spend an entire week in the library filling up a cart full of books on financial education. Those ones that I just named, though, are some of the ones that I've personally read. They're in my little library over here. As you can see, I like to read, but they're in my library behind me. And understanding that there's never a time a good student is always stays a student, right? There's never a time where you're going to say, okay, I've learned everything I need to learn, because the financial industry is always changing. The world is always different. And it's going to change a lot more as the future goes on. We have new things like cryptocurrency. So there's books on that you can read as well. So those are just some of the books. I see the question here.
Yeah.
As a licensed financial professional, why is it difficult for our community to have life insurance that will create generational wealth? I invited them to my company's platform, but they're not moving. It depends. A lot of the things, that's a question more about entrepreneurship, or becoming a client of your particular company. What you have to understand is you can only bring a horse to water. You can't make them drink, right?
No.
God can light the way for you, but you got to walk. And if people are not moving forward with what you want them to do, that's on them. And you've got to just keep talking and trying to help other people get there. And eventually, if they're the right person, they'll come back around and they'll finally do something, or they'll do it. And then I see the follow up here on the bottom. They said they think it's a scam. They said I'm after their money. A lot of the things that happened when I started this business with my wife too, when we first started, everybody thought we were crazy. Everybody thought it was a scam. And now a lot of my family and friends are clients. Well, what happened? What changed over 6 years? Well, what happened was I proved to them through my actions, through my beliefs, through what I was saying, that it was for real. Right now, they're trying to figure out if you're for real. And so what you've got to do is stay committed, stay focused, try and help a lot of other people. And then those original people will probably come back around.
Yeah, I don't want us to not to look at the real picture in this kind of situation. There are fake people all around. There are fake companies all around. But guys, when you see somebody coming in boldly like this to you online, and I'm sitting right here, I'm next to Anthony, I want you to believe that this is real. I don't just sign up with anything that is bad. I don't, because it's going to come back and destroy you one day. How much money do you want to make? You can make all this money within the last 6-7 months, and one day the truth is going to catch up on you, and the entire money you've made will actually destroy you. So we are here to help people. We're not here to scam you or to take your money. And that's why we are here. We're not here to market any company to you, or to come over and market any product to you, or to sell anything. So if you have anything to say, you have questions for us, all you need to do is just to reach out to Anthony and Williams. They will be the one to answer your questions right there. And if you're not interested in in whatever it is they want to share with you, you don't have to commit anything to it. All right. All you need to do is just to first of all listen to them, ask them the right questions and stuff, and then make up your mind if you want to do it or not. But one thing I want to beg you to do is this. Even the Bible says it has been revealed unto you, Son of man, what is good, what is not. He said, I beg you to choose the good. I want to be in that position to beg you today. All right. Take advantage of this moment to better your life, because later down the road, 10 years time, you're going to thank Anthony, you're going to thank Williams, and then you might think about me and say, okay, I know one stupid pastor who said I should commit my money to this thing, and I'm going to thank that guy also. And I'm telling you, it's going to help your life by the grace of God. All right. Somebody's asking, say, Pastor, please put the title of the books Anthony mentioned in the chat.
Yeah.
So we need you to type those things out, type the topics out, and send them to us, and then we can post them. People can go and buy them. And I believe the man of God will buy them too. Pastor Steven, you're going to be buying them too, right?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Do you want to pray? Do you want to pray for us to be rich?
Oh, do you want me to? Are you serious? Oh, come on.
He said, come on.
Oh, my goodness. Hey, it's God's desire for us is to prosper, even as our soul prosper. And so, I have no problem praying and saying, Heavenly Father, I just thank you for men like these who are willing to step in and really make themselves vulnerable to share this important news to so many people. And Lord, you desire for us to prosper. And so, Father, I pray that each and every person here will be blessed, that you open doors of opportunity for them, for their obedience and willingness. And Lord, we thank you and we bless your name. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I believe in that prayer, and it's going to work by the grace of God. So, guys, please get ready. This year, 2022, is going to be the beginning of a new dawn in your life. This year is going to change your entire life. I'm telling you, it's going to change it. The first book is The Richest Man in Babylon. The richest book, the richest man in Babylon. My God, you need to go and read that book. Go and get a copy of this book. I'm going to put it down right now. Anthony, can you just give us, your closing speech at this?
That's no problem. Yeah, here's the deal. There's a lot of people on here, and there's a lot of questions, and I'm sure more people are going to watch.
Oh, more people questions? Yeah, you can go ahead and let's start answering questions now. Let's go ahead with questions.
It's okay. No, I'll close out with this. It's whether you sit down with us or you sit down with someone, all I care about is that you sit down and get your money right, because the more people that can get a handle on their money and education in their finances, the less people we have doing drugs, turning to alcohol, getting divorced, making bad decisions, losing their homes and living homeless. The more people we can help with this financial education, that's their crusade, is that no family gets left behind. If you want to contact myself and William, by all means, William's number is there on the bottom of the screen. Pastor shared my contact info and William's contact info in the chat earlier, and he has it as well, so he can always refer you as well. And all I'll tell you is this: the more you understand about money, the easier it is to sleep at night, because you're not worried about where your next meal is coming from, or if you're going to be able to cover that bill the next month, or if your kids are going to be okay without you. And that's a peace of mind that I think God wants for you, and that people want for you, is to feel a little bit more relaxed and be able to enjoy the beautiful life that we do have here, not worry about working 6, 7, 8 jobs to try and make ends meet. So I look forward to hearing from some of you if you do reach out. And if not, enjoy the books. They'll help you anyway. And thank you.
We are going to reach out. We are going to reach out. We're going to get all our questions answered. Williams, what do you have for us?
Yep. Pastor, once again, I want to thank you for bringing us on and sharing with the whole bunch of your followers. My personal goal in life is to attain purpose and to inspire others to their own purpose, especially in the area of personal finance and financial freedom and financial independence. So we are here reaching out to you today so that you could take cue, because for you to transform your life or any aspect of your life, you got to begin to pay attention to it, and you got to take it serious. Money matters. If we are going to work for money, I say, if you are going to work for something, you at least learn about that thing you're working for. So every one of us, we are here, especially those of us here in America, quote to quote, using a grammar to make money, So you must understand how money works in the environment where you are situated or located. How does money work? How does tax work? These are all the information that you can study, can read from the books, and you are more than welcome to reach out to us. Contact us. We're gonna, sit down with you. Like we said, we don't ask you for a dime to sit down with us, and we just want to educate you about how money works. So once again, thank you very much, and I want to say a very big thank you to my broker, Anthony. This man has blessed my life. He has. I don't want to start crying now, because since I've met him, I've seen tremendous change in my life, and I've seen so many lives he has affected and helped across America. You got to reach out to him. If there's any beg I can ask you this morning in terms of begging, I don't want to beg GoFundMe, but one beg I can beg is that you should reach out to him, reach out to us, reach out to Pastor. Let us get the help that we need in the area of personal finance, financial freedom. Thank you.
Yeah. Wow, that's a great speech. You're supposed to be our Malcolm X of our generation at this time. Thank you for that. That's beautiful. I really appreciate that. See, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want you to get off this live show just like that. Write this information down. Write Anthony's email address, Instagram, and and website. Write that information down. This video is going to actually be on the page. It's going to be on the platform. I'm not going to remove it. I'm going to continue to repeat this particular broadcast every month, every week. You're going to see that by the grace of God. write Anthony's number down. I mean, write William's number down, 469309167 Write it down right now. All right, because you are gonna need it. And if you can make that phone call today, or probably send an email to Anthony today, that will be a great thing, because he will be able to schedule you, and then you have a time that you be having a one-on-one with him. And for those who are listening outside of America, you're listening in London, in Canada, in Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa, you can still go ahead and make that phone call too. Go ahead and just send the email also, because they will be able to help you out. You see, principle, not principle. All right, it will work anywhere. All right, so either you're in Nigeria, or you're in Ghana, or you are anywhere in the world, they will be able to coach you to do whatever it is that is needed to be done by the grace of God. And then if you need my help also, maybe you are afraid a little bit. You'll be like, I don't know this Anthony guy. His mouth is too sweet. This guy is just too good. I don't believe him. Williams is just like Malcolm X. All you need to do is just to contact me. Let me know your fear. I'm going to help you out. We're going to sit down together to work it out by the grace of God. And nothing's going to go wrong. All that's going to go right is that you're going to save money and have a better tomorrow by the grace of God. Anthony, thank you very much for coming. And I'm gonna bring you guys back. See, I'm not lying about it. I'm gonna bring you guys back. I'm gonna bring you guys back by the grace of God, so that you guys can come and educate us more by God's grace. And I want to say thank you to your families, your wives, your children, allowing you guys to be a blessing to generations like this. I want to thank Pastor Stephen, man, for coming. I really appreciate this, man. Let me bring his face back. So thank you for praying for us. I really, for real. Thank you for praying for us. I feel like the money's coming right now. After that prayer, I'm like, I received this and stuff. And thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Williams. Thank you, Pastor Stephen, for coming. Thank you, Lisa, for coming also. And Pamela, thank you very much for showing up also. And thank you guys for staying tuned with us today. And by the grace of God, next time when we come again, we will still meet you guys. And have a beautiful day. And see you guys later. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, bye.